say hello to the worst film of 2025, and that is The Strangers Chapter 2. Now, for everyone who has seen The Strangers Chapter 1 probably didn't have the highest hopes, given the fact that it wasn't great and is very well panned for how bad it is. The Strangers Chapter 2, I think, is better than the first one. A lot of people are saying it is worse. I don't think it's worse. I think it's better because you learn a lot about the killers' backstories, and I really like that. I really like that you get to understand the town a lot better. I honestly think that it is better than Chapter 1. However, that does not mean this is a good film whatsoever. I really don't enjoy it. Like, I don't mind watching rubbish horror films, but what I love about watching rubbish horror films is that rubbish horror films very often know they are rubbish, right? And they use that to their advantage of spinning that to actually become what they become, right? So ultimately, you end up enjoying those because it's like, oh, okay, it actively knows it's not a very good horror film. I'm trying to think of some examples off the top of my head, but like Happy Death Day, for example. I love Happy Death Day, but Happy Death Day doesn't try to be a great, brilliant horror film. It adds those comedic elements, understands that it's a bit naff, but it uses that as a positive rather than a negative. This tries to be good and isn't good. That's my biggest problem with this film. I will end up watching The Strangers Chapter 3 because I've put myself through the first two films, so I will put myself through the third. However, it's not great at all. I cannot put into words, right? It tries to ground itself in realism. That's what this film tries to do. It tries to ground itself in realism. Chapter 1 literally has at the start, we're going to show you the beginning of one of the most brutal murders ever to happen, right? In Chapter 1, 2 people died from the actual killers themselves. 2! One of the other guys got killed by the main characters by accident. Like, you can't say this is one of the most brutal murders you've ever seen and then not actually show anything. It's ridiculous. Then in this one, it tries to ground itself in realism, and you end up with a wild pig running around the place and being a big part of the storyline. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't like it. It's really frustrating when a film has so much potential and completely wastes it, and this is a prime example of that.